Hello YouTubers, once again welcome to the division. This is free as a channel. Thank you for your subscription to the channel and also your contribution to promoting the channel. For some time now we have been on how to design a free generator, and we have made some input and also some design, and good enough many of my subscribers have started producing, and also I've received a lot of questions and a lot of things concerning their work. Today I'm going to show you one of the designs that was sent to me by one of my subscribers who also designed and has an issue, and they asked me to help out. And I decided to bring it out because I believe everybody should learn from what I'm going to show and explain, rather than just individually to make it general, so that those who have same issue that cannot reach me can also learn through this explanation. The question he asked is, I said through my WhatsApp, he said, "Hello sir, my name is Matthew from Plateau State, Nigeria. I saw your Discover World video on how to make a free generator, free power generator, and was highly motivated, and I make my own construction. I use 5 kVA 5 kW generator and 3 horsepower motor with 1 flywheel and 2 strong bed. My problem is this, the current is not much, and I don't know, is it that this pen is not much, or the alternative is not good, or the construction is not correct? Please, I really need your help. I can send you a picture of it to see how far I have done. Thank you very much." So as for example, when I was there, but I just had to explain to read according to what they mean, because there's a lot of error in the write-up, but I just have to explain it the way what they mean. When Matthew, I've seen your production, I've seen your video, and I've seen the construction you made, and the issue you raised now is very critical. According to your question, is that you are having a problem of low voltage, and I have to ask some few things out because for me to be able to know what exactly. You say you have 5 kVA generator, but you never told me about the RPM. The RPM was not known, so of the generator. And 2, you say your motor is 3 horsepower, which is okay, but you have not explained to me the RPM of your motor, because that would be easier to make the explain better, but I'll still explain. Then the problem is the low voltage. Now, I have seen your construction now, in this case now. I've seen what you have done here. I've seen the motor. The motor accuracy is very low. It's very old. It's not new motor. So, I always advise people who don't trust it, try to use equipment that are up to date and good. Don't use equipment that you know that is old, because sometimes the equipment alone can contribute to your failure. You have a low voltage, your generator is old type with no contribution. So how do I know whether it's not the fault of generator that is not is outdated? Because that's enable me to explain. But let me use the general terms, assuming you're having everything accurate, like we have a good motor, and we also have a good generator. I have not known about the RPM. Whenever you have low voltage, when these things are okay, what you should experience is that it means you have to stimulate it. You have to attach a capacitor. Whenever there is a low voltage, what I always advise to do is to attach the capacitor. The capacitor will enable attach the capacitor on the generator. When you do that, the capacitor will help to boost the generator power. Assuming the generator now is old type, you have an old type generator here, and then the capacitor is attached. The voltage will be pushed because we never can tell whether the system is well configured. Then the capacitor will help to boost the generator, so the generator will be able to bring out the full production. But if you attach capacitor on this generator and you still have low voltage, then you have to change the design. It means either the rotation of this and this are not by speed. The speed ratio is not high. Because that was why I asked you for the RPM. I need to know the RPM of your motor. The RPM of your motor will help me to also explain better. Because if, for instance, the speed ratio of this is not high, the voltage will not be high. Remember, the motor determined the rate at which the generator can bring out voltage or current. So if your motor is not running at the required speed, it will not be able to power the generator enough to be able to bring out. But that was why when you say you make a comment here that my problem is that the current is not too much. It means if the current is not too much, it means the rotation is not too much. Because if the rotation is much, then the current is much. But assuming the rotation is very much and then you still have low voltage, then you should attach capacitor on the generator. It means the generator needs a stimulant to bring out all the needs. But in this case, I don't know the rotation. I was why I asked you to send the video clip of it so that I can be able to know where the rotational speed of that system is high enough to be able to bring out the voltage required. Because I have some students who have same research they are doing, and when they brought it to my site and told me this is what they have, I discovered something. I discovered that the construction which they used this cancelling limitation was not enough. So I advised them to redesign the construction, change the bed, turn this into chairs, and then attach capacitor. And do you know what? When they attach capacitor, the voltage moved from 240 to 360. Now they were complaining of high voltage. They say it was too high, the voltage was too high. So we now have a problem of stepping it down to the normal 240 rather than having 360 or 320. So, but it's a good news that you have higher voltage, because that will also help you to power things that does not really have to be like industrial things like fans, fridge and everything. So it does not need to cause problem. In a high voltage, better for it. But the good news that is high. But if the voltage was to be low, it's bad because you cannot have what you want. So you must observe the speed. The speed ratio must be very high. You must make sure that the speed of this is high, because if the speed is not high, there's no way you have the highest voltage you want. You have the speed, but in the case where you have a good speed and you still have low voltage, then you attach capacitor. Okay, let's take an example for this generator now. Okay, see the generator how we're designed now. It's a more design of yours now. You see now, this design of the generator. If you observe now, let's take an example now. If you observe that this is a flywheel.
Anh ấy còn lý anh ấy tàu hàng tàu tích rồi à thom chưa anh ấy tới hay ở tàu chiang chưa anh ấy tới xây phượng tích muối nèแต่เพลิงในเวลาดอกที่เราไปก็มา180จะไปตัดมาขนาดเฉลี่ยเป็น កាច់មកភ្លើងផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនវាចិញ្ចឹមខ្លួនឯងវាចិញ្ចឹមអត់កើតវាធ្លាក់ភ្លើងវាយ៉ាងខ្សោយហើយដល់អាត្បូងភ្លើងដល់300កាច់មកហើយវាដូចថាវាដុតខ្លួនឯងទៅវិញវាលើនេះកាច់មកខាងភ្លើងផ្ទះពេលឆាស់ត្បូងណាធ្លាក់អានេះស៊ីភ្លើងផ្ទះម៉ូទ័រវាស៊ីភ្លើងដល់1អាំពែភ្លើង100ប៉ាតហើយអញ្ចឹងរកអាប់ដាតស្រេភ្លើងស្រេ